What's going on YouTube? It's Giga here, bringing you some more Series 9 Wi-Fi battles with live commentary. We're doing one final game with this team sent in by one of my viewers, and I'm really excited to play again with it. So like I said, it uses Inteleon and Rillaboom as a main power core. It does have Sand as well, and there's Togekiss and Arcanine for additional support. So looking at my opponent's team, it's Clefairy, Arctozolt, Ninetales with Darmanitan. You have Gastrodon and Mandibuzz. So, I mean, Sand is really big here. I think, what is the slowest thing on my team? It is 94. Okay, so I think I'm going to lead with Rillaboom, Excadrill, have Tyranitar to set up the weather, and then the question is, what do I want in the back? Arcanine is tempting, so is Togekiss because of the fact that it can get critical hits and go through, what is it called? Go through Aurora Veil. Arcanine also has Flare Blitz as well as a Will-O-Wisp pressure, so I'm going to go with Arcanine in the back. I think Intimidate, being able to do damage to Darmanitan is really big, and I think there actually maybe is an argument to max Arcanine. Let me think. What is its... Arcanine does have pretty good attack, and I think setting it up in a position where it can max isn't necessarily the worst idea. Okay, so they're gonna... Oh, okay. So they're gonna lead Arctozolt and Gastrodon. And so what I'm thinking is they are going to switch out Gastrodon into their Sand Setter because it guarantees that they get the switch out. And then, I mean, not the Sand, the Hail Setter. But I still want to... I don't know. I'm actually tempted to Protect. Only because I'm... Yeah, because... Rillaboom, I feel like, is too valuable to lose. I still think a Grassy Glide into this slot isn't the worst. And then... we can Rockfall into Arctozolt. So even if they switch the weather up, yeah, so we are going to see the switch into the Ninetales. Yep, makes sense. But what is nice is we do have Sash on Excadrill. And so what that means is even if they target into Excadrill with... Oh, and they're not maxing. They could have Blizzard, right? That's probably the only thing... I don't actually know much about an Arctozolt set. What is, though, tricky is I've lost my best answer, theoretically, against Gastrodon. And that's, like, never really a position you want to be in. But what's nice is we're going to be able to... Oh, and they're protecting. This is really good for me. Because now we're going to be able to get a bunch of chip damage onto Ninetales, almost full. We're going to get a Rockfall up to guarantee the weather... works in our favor, do a ton of damage to... Yeah, because now we have weather against Arctozolt. We have... what is it called? We have the Ninetales almost gone, so they can't safely set up an Aurora Veil. And we're overall in a really good position. So the question, though, still is... what do we want to do? Because I still don't think I can lose Rillaboom this early. But I do think they have to go for a Max Hailstorm, which... what? We can probably double the Arctozolt. Grassy Glide will finish off Ninetales. We could also just hit into Arctozolt with it. I think doubling. No, because Ninetales is Blizzard. And I can't really afford... Steel Spike. Rockfall. Yeah, I'm going to go for a Steel Spike. Because we have the weather. Okay, so they're going to switch out. And we do get Stab. They're going to bring back Gastrodon, which is not the best. They're going to protect with Ninetales, which is actually very smart. So we are going to be able to get the defense boost onto Rillaboom, which is nice. We do get the Steel Spike off. The tricky thing, though, is... their Arctozolt is going to be able to max when we are not. So I think getting the defense boost is going to be really huge. And then, yeah, we can get the defense up, which we can really take advantage of in the later game. I think now targeting into Gastrodon with Rillaboom and then having Excadrill go for another boost by knocking out Ninetales makes the most sense, right? Because they can't protect again. Gastrodon can protect, but I still think it's worth going for a Grassy Glide here and then going for a Steel Spike onto the Ninetales. Because then, yeah, this is their only Hail setter. So being able to win the Weather War would be really big, because that means we can pretty freely use Tyranitar to reset as needed and have Excadrill outpace Arctozolt, which looks like my opponent's sort of main answer to my team. So we're going to see, oh, no Protect. So we're just going to get a Grassy Glide into Gastrodon. That's going to finish it off. We should be able to Steel Spike pretty safely into Ninetales. Yep, that's going to finish that off. So my opponent does still have their max, but I'm also like not necessarily super worried. Much of my habit, I'm going to look up Arctozolt and see if it is more physical. Oh, they have Darmanitan. Arctozolt. Okay, so they have Darmanitan and what is it called? Darmanitan and Arctozolt as their last two. Arctozolt is, I mean, I think it can go either way. So I'm gonna switch out Rillaboom into Arcanine, and then Rock Slide probably. I'm gonna go for a safe Rock Slide. Sorry, have to respond to that. So what are they gonna max? I think having Arcanine is really nice. So what I'm hoping is if we can keep Arcanine around, we can pivot out again into something like Tyranitar and even fodder Tyranitar for that second Intimidate. They are going to max the Arctozolt. So what I'm thinking is they're going to try and go for a Hailstorm to get the snow back. But we do double connect with Rock Slide, which is huge, and it's double super effective. And now they're going to Flare Blitz into Arcanine. Oh, into Excadrill, which... yeah, because of the +2 defense and -1, they should go down. Well, they're going to Hailstorm. I'm guessing into Arcanine. Yep, into Arcanine, which is fine because now what we can do is we can switch Arcanine out into Tyranitar, and that's going to reset the weather once again, and that's going to hopefully let us finish them off with another Rock Slide. They do, yeah. We are getting pretty low, but I think, yeah, also the fact that we have Rillaboom in the back, while we are healing them, we are in a really good position because we can pivot out to Tyranitar really easily and then just go, like I said, for a Rock Slide. We'll get that second Intimidate off, which is huge. Yeah, bring out Tyranitar and then go for a Rock Slide once again. I think there is the argument to play it a little bit safer and go for something that can't miss, but... yeah, I think we can safely stall out their max, and if we connect with this Rock Slide, it should just finish them off. So let's see. We do need to hit. Yep, Excadrill double connects, and it's not going to finish off Arctozolt, unfortunately, but like they do have Life Orb Chip, and we do have so much stuff in the back that I feel really confident that's going to go into Tyranitar, and that should seal the game, because now we can safely go for an Iron Head into Arctozolt, and the fact that they didn't change the weather should more or less guarantee the win. And yeah, Tyranitar still has so much HP even after being hit that they can't take it out, and Excadrill is slowly recovering back to a good amount. So even though Arctozolt is gaining some, it is going to be losing a bunch, and yeah, Tyranitar easily can take another Quake anyway. And now there's no more recovery. They're going to get hit with sand if they even make it through this next turn. So safe option is just go for a superpower and go for an Iron Head to not even risk missing. Cool. So yep, makes sense. We're gonna take game number 1, and I think that makes sense. Ice or Hail, I guess, is an interesting core. I really like it conceptually. I think it's a really cool underused mechanic, but unfortunately, Ice types just suffer so much overall in the metagame, like it makes it hard. So let's see, they have a Clefairy or a Clefable with Follow Me, Safeguard, Protect. Interesting to go with Clefable over Clefairy, especially given really the lack of offensive prowess, where yeah, they have no attack or HP. I mean, not HP. They have no special attack investment. I guess maybe you want the safety goggles if you think Hail is that big an issue. They have Slush Rush, yep, max attack, max speed, which really helped out. Bolt Beak, Icicle Crash, Stomping Tantrum. Yeah, I mean, like, Arctozolt has really good coverage. It's just unfortunate that it is Ice type. Snow Warning with Protect, Blizzard, Dazzling Gleam, Aurora Veil. It is actually interesting that, yeah, I'm shocked that they don't have any Dynamax investment, because I think while not typically the best option, Ninetales does have decent potential to be maxed. Light Clay, cool. Guerrilla Tactics, yeah, makes sense. Max attack, max speed. They went with Choice Scarf, yep, also makes speed. I mean, makes sense. Pretty standard moveset overall. Wikiberry on the Gastrodon. Clear Smog, cool. I like that a lot. And then Figgyberry Mandibuzz, which, yeah, I mean, that makes sense. So yeah, this team was very focused on Hail, and I think the fact that we were able to control it so well using Sand really put us in an advantageous position. So good game overall, and yeah, I'll see all of you in game number 2. All right, game number 2, and we are seeing a Thievul Comfey with Indeedee. You have, what is that called? Nihilego, Thundurus, and Mamoswine. Oh, sorry about that. Thundurus is really scary, so I'm actually really tempted to go with Inteleon Rillaboom, just to, yeah, I think Inteleon Rillaboom, sorry, I had to check something. Inteleon Rillaboom overall, I think, is a good lead. It outspeeds Nihilego, and it can soak onto Thundurus, which I think is a big deal. Arcanine I don't think has merit, and I think Tyranitar Excadrill in the back. Because if we can scare away... Basically, like, Comfey, I think, is one of the most terrifying Pokemon in the format. I say, being absolutely obsessed with Comfey and shiny hunting one with a mark. But I think, yeah, it can really turn the tide quickly, being able to fully recover large threats. So what I'm hoping to do is, if we can soak onto the Thundurus, we can get rid of... Then it just becomes a question of, like, who is Thundurus targeting with its max move? There's also the option... I mean, like, Prankster Thundurus is coming back, but I think given how defensive their team is, I couldn't see this being... Okay, so they're doing Thievul Comfey, which makes me think that Thievul is weakness policy. I'm still gonna Woodhammer and go for a soak. Right? Like, Thievul has to be weakness policy. And now we're in a really tricky spot, because Comfey can heal up to full using what's it called? Using Grassy Terrain. Okay, so Thievul is maxing. I'm literally going to look up what this thing can do, because I have no idea. Thievul, does it have Unburden? Is that? Yeah, because we're gonna see the weakness policy trigger. Yeah, oh yeah, okay, so this is an Unburden Pokemon, so we're gonna get its attack doubled, and then we are going to have it what's it called? Get the speed increase. Okay, so they're gonna hit into Inteleon, which is hopefully great because now they're water type. I hope this wood hammer can finish it off. Oh, huge. So clutch. Incredible. That is a huge, huge threat. Immediately taken care of with Rillaboom. And God, that that soak combination is great. And I think at this point, I can pretty safely bring out Excadrill. And I can swap out into Tyranitar. They don't have a way to control the weather. They do bring out Mamoswine, which is also fine in this situation because, yeah, I can swap out easily here and then a Steel Spike into Mamoswine should... Or do I want to Steel Spike into Comfey? I'm going to Steel Spike into Comfey. I think this is a questionable decision, but what I'm thinking is if I don't knock out the Mamoswine this turn with Max Steel Spike, I'm basically letting Comfey recover the Mamoswine back to full. Versus Comfey doesn't have it does have healing options obviously with Draining Kiss, but if it goes into Tyranitar, it's going to trigger my policy. So basically what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to create a scenario where I'm forcing the Comfey either to get knocked out or to hit into Tyranitar and trigger my policy. Okay, so they're going to ally switch, which wasn't the intended plan. And Mamoswine... So yeah, this was what I was afraid of Mamoswine now is going to hang on with a Sash, and they're going to just be able to heal it up the subsequent turn. And they're going to... Okay, so they're going to Icicle Crash into Tyranitar. Tyranitar goes... Takes literally nothing as a result of the defense boost. So now is a question of, do you ally switch again? Which even then, I think it's safe. It's pretty safe just to go for a Lash Out into the Mamoswine and go for a Steel Spike into Comfey, because of the fact that if you don't ally switch, you lose Comfey, but you heal up Mamoswine, but I get +2 defense. So they are going to ally switch again, which, interesting. Comfey, yeah, I mean, while scary, is not really a threat at this point, and I've like demonstrated that I am afraid of Comfey, and the fact that they are continuing to ally switch, I mean, that's fine. We do get the Lash Out onto Comfey, which isn't going to do that much. They do have one Pokemon left, so I think at this point, given the fact that I still have a turn left of Dynamax, is to focus on whatever they have left, and like that did a decent amount of damage, especially like given the fact that it's not very effective. But I mean, Tyranitar is an incredible Pokemon for a reason, and I think overall it is such a tank as well as an offensive threat. So we're going to see their last one. Their last one is Indeedee, which is going to get rid of the terrain, which I'm actually pretty okay with. I think at this point, we can go for... Yeah, I mean, we Lash Out into the Indeedee slot and just go for another Steel Spike into the Comfey slot. And I think if they keep ally switching, yeah, they're just going to keep ally switching, which honestly is fine. That means the Indeedee is not... I mean, not the Indeedee, the Comfey is not gaining any sort of recovery. Indeedee is going to go fairly low, and at this point, like, we can just start double Rock Sliding against them, and like they can't really stop that. We do have the fact that yeah, I don't even think Rillaboom is necessary at this point, but we're getting more chip onto the Comfey. There's no longer the grassy terrain, and they're going to trigger policy on Tyranitar, and now we can very safely just double Rock Slide, and I don't think there's really anything to be worried about at this point, because they can keep ally switching at this point, but it's not going to do anything because we do have spread, and yeah, once Indeedee goes down with, which I think, yeah, double Rock Slide should pretty clearly finish this game, especially because of the fact that Excadrill is the fastest thing. They're gonna helping hand. They're gonna helping hand Comfey. That's super spicy tech. Whoa, what? Oh, that did so little damage. I feel so bad for Comfey. We're gonna knock out Indeedee. I guess what their plan was to continuously ally switch. I don't really know what the plan was on that last turn. Really, maybe it was a misclick. The only thing is like maybe it was a misclick because allies switch self targets, so they were trying to click Tyranitar, which would make sense that you want to boost so you can deal as much damage to Tyranitar as possible and recover. But yeah, I don't know, but cool. Glad we can keep rocking with the Sand team and really utilize that Inteleon against that Devil, because if that had set up, we would have been in a really bad position. And yeah, let's keep rocking and rolling and move to the next one. Oh, this is super exciting. Wow, this is great. So I know this the next person we're up against, and he and I have been actually commenting on each other's videos recently. So this is really cool. I'm actually super excited that I'm recording this, and I hope he's recording it too, so we can watch each other's battles, because this is great. So looking at the team, I should focus because this is still a match. We do have Metagross with what is it called? Landorus, Celesteela. They have a Spectrier, a Guzzlord, and Regieleki. So I also know that he knows what this team is because he's watched the videos. Inteleon Rillaboom is really tempting. With what? I like Arcanine for the Will-O-Wisp into Metagross. I think that that's really big, and I don't really want to give that up. I don't think Togekiss really does much except into Guzzlord, but even then that's not super big deal. I'm gonna bring Tyranitar. I think it is a little bit unfortunate that I give Landorus the boost, and now I'm in this awkward spot where Regieleki, I don't have a safe stop to Regieleki. But I mean, this is exciting. I've played him a couple times. We played in Players Cup and one other time during Series 8. So this is super fun. Wow, this is not only featuring a team from one of my viewers, but also a cool battle against someone that I've been talking to a lot and have gotten really close with. So we're gonna see Regieleki and Celesteela. I'm tempted. So I'm not really super afraid of Celesteela into the Rillaboom. I know it does have a what is it called? And it does have Airstream on it, but I think soak the Celesteela. I could just fake out the Aleki. No, because I expect them to... Oh, it automatically is 160. I expect them to max... What? I'm expecting a max on Celesteela and a Electroweb from the Aleki. And so what I'm thinking is this way, Rillaboom, if I can live the Airstream, or they could be self-triggering Policy. I know that Policy Celesteela is a thing. I know he plays a team with Raichu that triggers the Policy using Volt Switch. And so that's an option too. Because yeah, we do see the max straight away. And yeah, so what I'm thinking is he's going to go for... Yeah, so this is actually really tricky because there are two options. Of one, you self-trigger the Policy on Celesteela, assuming it is Policy Celesteela, or two, you just go for an Electroweb. We're going to see, so we're going to see a Protect, which is actually even better. Because now what we can do is we can soak this, and we do get a really big hit onto them with this G-Max Drum Solo. And if it takes out Celesteela, which it does, yeah, I think this is a really good position to be in overall. because we've eliminated their max, or we've eliminated his max straight from the get-go. We still have 2 turns of ours, and we can soak whatever comes in. We do know that Alecki can't really do too much to Rillaboom, especially now that we've seen it has Protect. So what there, even if it's physical, like it could have Hyper Beam, but still, I think once again the option is to soak into Landorus and just drop the hammer on that. And even though we're gonna see, no Protect, which I mean it makes sense. We are still slow, which is one of the unfortunate parts of having Rillaboom be the max. And now they could fly. That would actually be really smart. Yeah, so they're going to fly. Up in the air. And now, Landorus has to land. I like Arcanine. Arcanine gets the Intimidate off. We know where the fly is going to go. It's going to go into Nillaboom, so we can at least lower their attack a little bit. Regieleki is going to take some chip, and I think Snarl on the Regieleki, and just another Drum Solo onto Landorus should be good. We are taking away the stab. We've taken away stab on Landorus, and we've taken away... Oh, wow, that did a lot. Wow, God, that did way more than I thought it was going to do. We are going to lower the Alecki special attack, but yikes, that did a ton of damage. Now they are going to be able to, fly into the Rillaboom, no stab, -1 attack. We do see Life Orb on the Landorus. Drum Solo is going to finish off Landorus here, and then they have one thing left next to Alecki. This is a little bit tricky though, because of just, how much damage they did with Alecki onto Arcanine. Luckily, thanks to the berry and grassy terrain, we do recover a fair bit, and that can... I still think we're going to get knocked out, but I would like to pretend that we're in a slightly better position. Okay, so the last one is Guzzlord, which is also something I don't know much about. Does Arcanine have Protect? Arcanine has Protect. So we're going to protect the Arcanine, and I'm going to glide into the Alecki, because I think Guzzlord is physical, right? I don't actually remember off the top of my head. So another Protect, which is fine. We're going to see... Oh, that's actually pretty bad. I didn't realize how bad that was. That was actually an incredible read. Oh, but they're going to high horsepower into Arcanine. I think we can safely... Not safely, but I'm thinking I want to swap out to Tyranitar. And then I still think the right play is to try and Grassy Glide into this Regieleki. And we are, dropping some frames as always. Wouldn't be an episode without drop frame rates. One day I will actually get a better camera computer to fix that. They're going to go for a double, which is a little bit risky. And that does a huge amount of damage. We are going to get the policy triggered on Tyranitar, which is, overall a really good spot to be in. He's commenting on my video right now. I was actually making sure to plug correctly. So his channel is called Canto Clark. I'll make sure to include the description. Oh, I hope he hears the excitement in my voice right now. I'm actually so excited. I feel like a little kid. I mean, honestly, like I had a channel before, and I'd made some cool friends, but just like for various reasons, I deleted that channel, and it feels really good that even though this channel has not existed for too long, like there's this moment that there's this game, and like that's really cool. And that wasn't like originally part of the plan, is to have moments like this, but here they are, and I'm very happy. That's all I can really say. And yeah, I mean, I'm uploading videos alone in my bedroom talking about Pokemon, and the fact that it has caused people to want to watch them and like hang out with me, quote unquote, has just been really great. So yeah, we do get the knockout onto Guzzlord pretty nicely, and then this Grassy Glide should finish the game. So I mean, as always, good game. It's been so much fun. I'll make sure to obviously link his channel in the description, because you should subscribe. His content's really cool. The teams he brings are incredibly innovative, and definitely will be featuring some of them on the channel. Yeah, like I want to check this out. I'm sure it's gonna have some really cool tech that I'm excited to see. We do have, yeah, yeah, oh, this is so cool. Meteor Mash, Ice Punch, Earthquake Protect, super bulky for that weakness policy trigger, which, yeah, I mean, I think I always go a little bit too overboard with weakness policy and being like, we have to go max attack when you don't really need that, and then I'm losing half my HP. We do have pretty standard Landorus with Brick Break, which I think is not something you see every day. I normally go with Superpower just because of the fact that I like that huge damage output, but especially now with Grimmsnarl running around everywhere, super cool. Leftover Celesteela, which unfortunately did not get a chance to show off. Oh, so he switched it up. So yeah, he was talking about making an Elite Seed set. I don't know if this is the same team he just uploaded today, but yeah, that's nice. The Leech Seed, I think, would have been a really big problem later on. Interesting to max it when it was a more defensive Celesteela, but I do really see the reasoning for it, and I think it could have, if the Airstream went off, been a really advantageous position overall. Spectrier, what is Spectrier doing? Bulldoze, Protect, pretty standard Spectrier. I love Spectrier. I want to play more games with it and actually use it. Guzzlord, not something you see every day. A Soulfest, very cool. And yeah, I literally don't know anything about what Guzzlord does, so I'm just like learning now. It is, wow, it has so much HP. Very slow. But it's just what? Yeah, Dark Dragon, Dragonclaw, knockoff Heavy Slam, very cool. Yeah, I think Guzzlord would have been a great max option. I think it should, that's so versatile. I also think Guzzlord's just really weird. And then, yeah, max, we're back to Regieleki. Yeah, that thing just, God, so much damage. Thunder, yep, standard. Oh, Eerie Impulse, very cool. Sacrificing Volt Switch for Eerie Impulse. So no policy on the Celesteela, which I think I was the most worried about, because if you get the Electroweb off and not the Electroweb, the Volt Switch off, you live, and you get the Airstream off, I think there was probably no way I could have come back from that. And then, yeah, we're back. So cool. I do want to play one more, but honestly, like, I think this was such a great note to end it on, like playing a team from a subscriber with against like another really good battler that I know. So, I mean, I feel like we've been doing 3 episodes or 3 battles each with this team, but like I said, I think this is a really good place to end it. So we'll be playing with a new team tomorrow. Hopefully in the next couple days we'll play with the team that I've been building, but I don't know why I decided to shiny hunt the whole thing. But yeah, this has been great. This has been so much fun. I'll see all of you next time, and until then, I hope all of you are wonderful.